Yo, it's Akeem the Dream, and this is episode 3 on Inside the Dream. We have special guest singer Chandler Broom. How you doing, man?
What it is? What's good, my boy?
What you been up to?
Chilling, making music, getting to work. You already know what it is.
Getting to work. So how long do you be in the studio for?
Depends on the day. I might be in there for 8 hours. Might be in there for like 4. Depends on the session.
You're in there every day?
It depends. Like, I do a lot from my crib now because I'm trying to be more independent with what I do. But most of the days, if I'm not doing that at my crib, I'm going down to, shout out to Jamaica, or then Overloud Sound Studios. I've been there like at least every other day.
All right. That's dedication. So before you became a singer and before you really pursued this career, you played basketball. How did the transition come from basketball to wanting to be a singer?
Well, I ain't getting no offers. But I was still a bucket, though. Don't get it twisted. But I was like, I always grew up making music straight up. Like, I was always singing. I didn't like to tell people that because I wasn't, like, confident with it yet. But then I kind of just grew into it over time. And then later in my life, I was like, I dropped, like, one song you probably remember in high school with a feature with my boy Jordan. And then after that, I just kept trying to make my own stuff. And then it kind of just grew naturally. And then you just flew on from there. You just like, I'm going to take this all the way to the house? Yeah, because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I always knew that was what I was naturally good at. But basketball for me was, like, I just like to hoop. Basketball was fun. I put more work in, but I was just more natural with music.
Yeah, and I know you're cousins with Jaden Newman, and you guys.
That's my son.
That's your son?
Oh, for real.
I know that you guys have to have, like, a battle going on every time you guys stepped on the court back in the day. How did that go?
I mean, I win. I'm too big for him, for real. I mean, like, he quit. Like, I ain't going to lie to you. Like, he's a bucket. He'll give me buckets. Like, I'm not going to deny that. But if I really felt like I'm going to give my dog buckets, that's just what it is.
Yeah. But so not to talk too much about Julian, but obviously they have a reality TV show on Overtime.
Yeah.
And you guys also made a song, you and Jaden. How did that come into play?
It happened like, hold up.
I see her hating in the background, talking like he gonna do it better than me. Now I'm your phone's background, acting like you gonna leave, but you stay around. Every day I sit and praise.
So she sent me like a text one day, like, when are we gonna get into the studio? I thought she was kidding. I was like, oh, whenever you want. So like, I just like let it die there because obviously I'm chilling. I'm not really thinking too much about it. And then one day she's like, yo, so when we gonna get a session? Like, Overtime's asking so they can come film it and stuff. So I was like, I guess we really gonna do this for real. So I ended up setting it up. Me and my boy Jordan, we made everything. I made the beat and stuff from scratch. We wrote it and stuff. Then we ended up pulling up and we just made the song.
So they used your beat?
Yeah, we did. It was Jordan who produced it. Like, we kind of did it on the studio one day.
So that's kind of crazy, man. Overtime, you 20 years old, freaking riding in a Lambo. How was that feeling?
Man, it ain't mine. It don't matter to me yet.
It's not yours yet.
If it's rented, I don't need it.
So how long did the process take to film a video, make the song?
That was quick. Making the video and the song, that happened within like a month. The song happened within like 3 days. The video and like the reality show, that happened probably like in the same month. But the real thing that took forever was like all the legal stuff. That was like, that's why, look, we filmed in like July and it didn't even drop till like December.
Oh, wow, that's a couple months.
Yeah, so that was all like legal stuff because they were doing too much.
You felt really good about it though? You know, you a little singing on the beat and, you know.
Hey, man, no matter what you see in those comments, I mess with it. I don't care what nobody say. That's that song.
You can't listen to the haters.
You don't listen to the haters. You can't.
You can't, man. But you guys got 2.4 million views. That is ridiculous.
It was something light.
That's nothing to you. You just 2.4 million people watched you sing.
It happens, bro. Like, at the end of the day, that just comes with, like, you never know what's going to go at the end of the day.
Nothing. You know what anything's going to happen, man. I just find it real crazy that Overtime has so many followers on Instagram, and that's like, you're just exploring. That's publicity for you, man. And that's just real. That's crazy.
That's a fact.
And you just don't seem like you really mind.
I mean, for me, it's like, I want that type of stuff to be obviously like consistent. Cause like, I still feel like that wasn't all me. Like, I still feel like I was on with Jade and this is her song. Like, for me, it's not going to be real to me until it's like, I'm doing that every day, like, easy. So like I'm happy with it. Like I'm happy that like I had the opportunities I've had so far, like with other stuff too. But as far as how I feel about, that's almost like it's not a little thing, but to me like it'll be bigger to me when that's happened on the regular.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did that lead to anything going like, you know, I know you performed downtown a few times. Did that lead to that? Did it lead to other things like people reaching out to you?
Yeah, like there's people that like reach out for whatever. Some things fell through, some things like are in the works. But like overall, like anytime like you said, 2.4 million views, like people gonna reach out from you never know where. So like there's some stuff that's happened. Like I've done a couple features, haven't even dropped yet. We'll get to that later. But like there's some stuff came out of it, some good stuff, some money.
Some money.
Not crazy. Okay, I ain't gonna talk like that. Barely. But like,
barely any money.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're asking stuff that's coming out of it.
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Did what was I about to say? Is there gonna be another overtime with you on there, like another feature, maybe your own song and Jaden hop on or someone else?
It's definitely a possibility. I'm pretty sure this one will go over smoother now that we kind of know how like we work with them. Because last time it wasn't smooth at all. But
I think it was their first music video, so it's gonna be everything's new to them.
Yeah, like as far as like the filming and stuff, that was all like professional. But like afterwards, there's just like a lot of stuff we had to go through to even get the song out. But like I want to say it's like not possible, but I don't see it happening, but it's possible.
Yeah. So you performed downtown a few times. How did that go?
I'd say, I'll say my favorite show was I opened up for Collaborate. He's like a California rapper. They booked him down here. They had me open up for him and Mir Fontaine. I don't know if you know either of them. But yeah, I opened up for them. It was a good set overall, but the thing that like kind of got me off guard and made me be like, oh, this is like, I can really do this, was I did the show and the set and whatever. And then after, like, the people that like were hosting the show, they came up to me like, yo, Caleb, that's Calabri's name. Like, oh, he loves bro, he loved you. Like, he came out and watched it. Like, he's asking to come talk to you and stuff. So I was like, okay. So I went backstage. I'm talking to him and everything. Chop it up. Like, end up doing a feature with him later. But, like, all that type of stuff, like, it kind of, like, reassures me almost like, all right, other people kind of noticing and picking up on, like, what I'm trying to do, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're talking to someone big like that, kind of, you know, you got to have a little bit of jitters. Were there any jitters? Is it just...
I want to say with him because, like, for me, like, rap, I don't get that feeling with rappers. Cause I've seen, like, a lot of rappers, even, like, studios and stuff. If I get, like, a singer like that, I'm, like, if it was, like, a Chris Brown or, like, a Bryson Tiller, I might get those jitters. But I don't really feel that around most people.
Yeah, you're more R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how long does it take you to make a normal song? Like, just a record for yourself?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the song. Like, some of them might take a day. Like, I might write it in a day, record it the same day. Other times, like, I might, like, write a couple lyrics, and then, like, it never, like, kind of surfaces up until later, and I'm just like, oh, I remember I could throw this on here now. So, like, my song's Still Into You. I remember that intro that I wrote, like, can't we go away part, like, all that was from, like, a year ago. And then I threw it, like, from the time I made the song. And then I wrote those lyrics into, like, a new thing I wrote with my boy Gabo. Throw it on the song, like, so half the song was written a year before. So you never really know how it's going to come out.
Yeah, tell us about your new song.
Martyr.
Martyr,
you already know.
Tell us a little bit about that. What influenced you to make that song?
I ain't gonna lie. How'd I write that? I was in my bed. I was just like I was scrolling through my Instagram, and I thought, who was it? There's like this Florida artist, TJ3K. I don't know if you know who that is. But like, it was making me mad because I was like, dang, his stuff sounds hard. Like, and he has like that flow to it. I was trying to figure out, I was like, I need something like that. And I was kind of getting mad. So, like, I was just looking through beats people sent me. I found this one from this one guy named, like, Adrian. So, I was just going through his thing. I was like, all right, I have to come up with something. Because I was, for whatever reason, it bothered me. I don't have anything that sounded like that kind of flow. Not like I bit off of him or anything, but it was like it sounded good. I needed something that sounded kind of like that hip-hop, but it's, like, melodic, if that makes sense. It's not just, like, only singing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sat there and, like, real quick, I heard, like, be a mother. And I was like, I don't even know why that came to my head. And then after that, I just kind of wrote that, like, all I think I said, get no risk, that part. And then after that, I just wrote the whole song, like, same day.
Was it just, like, instantly, like, just everything came out, or is it just little bits and parts?
Kind of bits and parts, but it came pretty quick. because most of my songs I be sitting on them longer. But that one I was like, because I'm competitive, so if I see somebody with something I kind of like want to be able to do too, and I want to know I can do it, I just got to get it out because I got to get it. Make sure like I'm competitive. I already know how it is with sports and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta be able to one up somebody somehow.
You always. So I know I watched your video, and it did seem like a little bit of a mimic of Overdose. Was that the intentions?
Not at all.
Did you see the Overdose video at all?
Not at all. After I watched it after because someone else said the same thing. But like I love Chris Brown, but I ain't even seen that video until then.
What's your favorite song by Chris Brown?
That's hard. I like a lot of old Chris Brown and new Chris Brown. There's Fine China. That boy went crazy.
Oh yeah. How has he, influenced you to be more passionate in the singing?
Well, I kind of just grew up listening to him, and like I always thought the way he sang was cool. So like obviously when you kind of sing and you listen to people, like you kind of just model your voice, how you kind of do certain things after a little. You take some from different people, but from him, it was just like I liked his style overall. So I kind of took like, I think it was ever since the movie This Christmas, I was always paying attention to Chris Brown, for real.
That's crazy. Would you potentially want to have a collab with him?
Of course.
How do you think y'all minds would connect in a music video? Because clearly you didn't even see the video, and he had the same exact video, and it's kind of very similar.
Man, I don't even know what that question means. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, how will we be in a video together?
Like, no, like how would your, excuse me, how would you guys' minds go? Like when there's something on set and you think there should be something else, do you think it'd be a little like, oh, no, this needs to be here, or how?
I think we'd be straight. I ain't gonna
Same
lie.
vision in a way.
Yeah. I mean, I think as far as, like, it depends how you made the song too. Because if we made the song together, like if I had the song written for me, I'm not going to say much about the video.
Yeah.
If I had a song and in my mind I had like an idea for the video too, then I'm just going to kind of have ideas already for everything, because that's kind of like how I like to function. But if he hit me up and was like, oh, I got this song for you, I'm really not going to say much about the video unless it just had like little ideas.
Do you write your own music?
Yeah, of course.
You've never had someone write something for you?
Nah, unless I'm on their song. Like, there's a couple of times I sang like a hook for somebody they had, and I just tweaked some things because it didn't flow as well. But like, if it's my song, I wrote the whole thing.
So let's get a little vision of your studio sessions. How does that go? Because the R&B is a little different than rap. So
Facts.
So how does your studio session go?
If I came in with a song already written, I'm really just gonna kind of like run it through a few times, get like the like levels, ideas of like how I want to do it, and then after I kind of like practice it a little bit, I'm just gonna lay it down. I'm gonna lay down like some little ad-libs / like harmony type of stuff. But if it's like I came in with a session and I didn't really know what I was doing there yet, I'm gonna have like, I'm probably just gonna like, they pull up a beat for me, I'm gonna like hum to it or whatever, like kind of get little ideas. I'll probably get a hook down that day, and then I'll get like a little like, I'll fake a verse, not really saying words, but like the flow of it, and then I'll write to that verse later. So I get the hook and like an ad-libbed verse for that day, and then sit on the session.
And who's all in the studio with you?
Depends. Like, so either people filming with me. I don't have too many people actually helping me in the studio other than the engineers. But my boy Gabba will pull up with me. People from Enigmatic, shout out to them. They'll pull up and film a lot of my sessions just because they mess with what I'm doing and all that. And then
Good to have people believe in you.
That's a fact.
So who's your top 5 in the R&B? Let's go back to the the late 90s, early 2000s. Who's your top 5 for R&B?
Tevin Campbell, Music Soul Child.
It's 2.
He said, so early 90s only?
No, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, yeah. Chris,
so our day and age.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to say that. Neo, Music Soul Child, Tevin Campbell. I'm going to have to throw Usher in there, Chris Brown, because that's still early 2000s a little bit.
I know Michael Jackson was pop. He's king of pop.
Yeah, I don't really consider that R&B most of the time, but obviously I throw him in there if we're talking about that too.
Yeah, how do you growing up and you seeing him do his big things, how do you want to follow in his footsteps? Or do you want to not follow in his footsteps?
Nah, as far as like that boy, he put in a lot of work. Like, people don't realize that boy put in work
Growing up.
So like, as far as that work ethic and like trying to like, even in the studio sessions, like he was really like, it has to be perfect. So like, people a lot of times record like with a little bit of auto tune on. I don't think he even did that. Like he had every note have to be perfect before he'd let it even go out. So I kind of want that mindset of it's got to be like I can't be okay with it being less than what I know I can do. Straight up.
So, you know how Jacquees said he's the what's it called, the king of R&B. Do you think that?
I'm too humble to say that. Oh, he said that if he's the king of R&B.
Yeah. Soon you should be in that topic, dude.
Man, I'm not even going to talk about myself like that. Like, I'm not even opposed to somebody saying that because life's a competition. Like, you got to think you're the king. But as far as, like, is he the king of R&B? Like, has he done king R&B numbers? I don't know. Like, I don't think too much about other people like that. But
yeah.
He's nice. That boy is, don't get me wrong, Jacquees nice with it.
A lot of people say, like, you're the next Jacquees in a way. At least you remind me of Jacquees. But I've also heard that. You've heard that?
Yeah, I heard that a lot.
A lot.
But they be saying a lot of people too, though. So I don't know if that means I don't sound like anybody because they say I sound like a lot of people, but I don't know.
So you want to create your own path. How do you want to go about that?
A lot of what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to make R&B kind of cool again. Cause like back in the day, you know, people used to be like, oh, I'm trying to think, like we were talking about Chris Brown videos. If you could be like Chris Brown, that's the coolest thing. But people are not thinking too much about R&B singers. That's not like the genre right now. But I'm thinking if you can mix enough of hip hop and make it like presentable to that audience, I think that's the way you can kind of make R&B kind of still be something people interested in.
How can you change people's minds about rap and hip hop to more R&B?
I think it's just like trying to blend it as much as you can, but not like while still showing you can sing. Cause like most rappers low key singing now, if you think about it. Like if you look at, like a Lil TJ or like a Pole, they all low key singing a little bit, or like Lil Tecca, like in their hooks. It's melodic. Nothing's like that hard boom bap rap no more. So like at the end of the day, people like melodies now. We know that.
Yeah.
So I
like catchy stuff.
Yeah, it's gotta be catchy. Everything's got a hook. So in my mind, I'm just like, the more I can like do that, but still show that I can actually sing too, not just like only carry a tune or something. I think like people kind of like be able to pick up on that, but you got to give it kind of in doses because they don't want to only hear you sing. They want some of that like choppy da-da-da-da-da type of stuff too.
Yeah, you do a little mix and match though?
Yeah.
So on TikTok, man, I see you on my For You page a couple times. How do those followers and people who comment on there, how do they inspire you? They're the fans.
That's
fans of you.
Yeah, I mean, I put in the work to get the TikTok to where it was because I was like, I knew, like, as far as, like, how people could grow, I saw people doing it, so I was like, I had to try it. But then over time, like, I just saw the numbers coming in, like, people asking me, like, more about my music than I've ever seen before. So, like, that stuff, like, humbles me because, like, it reminds me, like, what I'm doing has a purpose to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you posting on the internet, just your vocals, man, that could get you a long way. I've seen a lot of people just blow up off the internet.
That's a fact.
You could be a Charlie D'Amelio, but in the singer version, man.
TikTok funny, though, bro. You got to be creative with that.
Are you in the creative fund?
I left it, yeah, but I wasn't it.
Do you think it's a little bit rigged?
It's definitely rigged. That's why I left it.
I've heard that, like, once you get accepted, all your views and likes go down.
Disappeared.
And then when you stepped out, did your views go back up?
Sure did.
Really?
Sure did.
Wow. Are there any other platforms you're on? Like, where's your music at?
You can find my music on anything, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, I don't know, anything else you stream on.
Do we have any other singles coming out soon?
I was going to drop something on Valentine's Day, but instead I'm going to give y'all a snippet that day. But I got a lot coming soon, so that's not even the problem.
Do you have an album?
I have an EP that's coming out called Acrophobia.
Acrophobia, man.
Yes, sir.
How do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years. Hopefully successful.
Driving that Lambo.
Driving a Lambo. Only doing music, though.
Only music?
Only music. Not thinking about nothing else in the world. That's a fact.
Wow. So no modeling, no nothing?
I mean, if a brand needs me to model for them, I'll do what I got to do. But, like, I just want, like, I don't want to even think about nothing but music at that point. And they're just, like, enjoying life. Like, I feel like I'm in a good mind space as far as, like, things I'm doing right now. But I want to just be, like, sure in everything I'm doing. Like, right now, I just want to be able to sit down. If I want to spend my whole day making music, I want to be able to do that without having to think about, oh, I got to pay my bills. You feel me?
Yeah. So we're in the middle of a pandemic, man, quarantine. And how has quarantining, like, changed your view on life and, you know, just appreciate things better?
It made me realize you kind of have to have a purpose. because some people were sitting down in quarantine, like, at the very beginning, because it was, like, new to everyone. No one knew what to do with their day because they're inside. For me, I locked in. I was just writing music the whole day. So for me, like, quarantine didn't affect me the way it affected other people.
It benefited you.
Yeah, a lot, actually. That's when I started blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah. And I know you have your own little studio thing at your house. How much do you spend on that board, typing, on the keyboards, and
All the
singing?
time. I actually just now invested in that, but, like, because at first I used to only go to other people's studios. People would, like, get me in. But, like, I was like, I got to do it myself. But now I'm in there, like, probably 12 hours out of my day.
Really? So between schoolwork, you're
Yeah,
in the studio, in your room.
that's a fact.
How many instruments do you know how to play?
I play the piano, the drums. I do like other percussion instruments too. I'm trying to pick up the guitar right now. But right now, I'd only say the piano and the drums just because I don't want to get people mad if I say I play the guitar. I'm not really nice like that yet.
So do you make your own beat? Do you make your own beats?
I'm getting into it more now.
You use the piano to make your own piano keys?
Yeah, I've laid down a lot of stuff on my own songs right now, but I've never only produced my own stuff so far. I've always done it with other people. But, like, I've done a lot on my songs, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So is there any time where this EP is going to be dropped?
Hopefully quick, because at this point, I'm tired of holding it. It was supposed to drop last year. But
What was the holdup?
I kept coming up with other songs. I just kept dropping, like, singles the whole time. So now these songs, to me, are starting to sound old. So I'm just about to just kind of throw it out, let y'all have it, because at this point, I don't need to hold it no more.
How many songs do you think you have?
In my bag right now?
Yeah.
Finished? Probably, like, honestly, finished, not a lot, because I be finishing it, like, when I feel like finishing it. But ideas and stuff I've laid down, probably, like, 20, 30.
Yeah, so what is the feeling going into a show? Is it a little nerve-wracking?
Yes. For me, yeah, because I used to not be, like, out like that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the feeling, like, I kind of got used to that feeling, those butterflies. But, like, once you're on there, like, it's kind of like a different feeling. Like, everything kind of goes away.
Yeah.
Kind of just, like, you just kind of take in the whole moment, if that makes sense.
Well, I wish you a very good, blessed career, and I hope you succeed very high, man. Everyone go stream Martyr. It's out now on all platforms. Akeem is leaving out here, man. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Akeem, the dream is out.
Yes.